All right. Noah, in terms of GitHub Action security best practices, what are your low-hanging fruits that anyone can or should apply right now? I know we talk about some of them, but like, what can anyone apply right now, whether it's repo, branch, or workflow?
Yeah, cool. Well, we talked a lot about GitHub tokens. Go check your repository and see whether you created it early enough that it has full rewrite access to everything. Because if it does, like that worm attack only worked on older repos because of that. So
older before 2023, not like older like 10 years old.
Not that old. I mean, in order to overwrite the commit, we needed a very privileged GitHub token, and many repositories have that. So that's just a click to fix that.
Yeah.
Don't use personal access tokens. And if you do, make sure you're very careful about what permissions you give it. Because funny you mentioned auto merge. There is a GitHub action called auto merge that in the instructions asks you to create a personal access token that has the merge capability. And that is an attack vector. You can just search for anybody who's using that action and then start working your way upstream until you can find it, right? Terrible idea.
Wow.
Yeah, we talked about branch protection. I mean, branch protection is a fascinating thing. You turn it on, read every single one in there. Yeah. Because they're all supposed to be on. People don't. Why? Because it makes it harder to write code. It makes workflow and development difficult the more of those you turn on. In particular, signed commits. You should be using signed commits because you can get config and put any email address you want. You can be anybody you want in a commit. If you don't have that, it's easy to spoof and become somebody else.
Wow.
You can either use protected tags, or if you're going to use a GitHub action or any dependency, pin the action using the hash. Because again, half the things I'm talking about aren't possible if you're using a hash. I can't overwrite a tag without changing the hash.
Yeah.
So if you're using the hash, then you're good. And in fact, a colleague of mine, James Wolfenden, wrote a tiny little utility called GAT, G-H-A-T, which you can look at your workflow in your, wherever it is you're working on it. You run GAT and it flips all the V1s to the hash.
Oh, interesting.
And then you can commit it back as a safer workflow. It takes like a second. It's a very cool little utility. If you can go to GitHub and look for G-H-A-T.
G-H-A-T. Okay.
As a repository, and his name's James Wolfenden, if you can remember that weird name, but very handy. As soon as he wrote it, I'm like, this is awesome. I'm using it. Thank you.
It's cool. It's cool. What else?
Yeah. If you're using a self-hosted runner, limit outbound network connections, because that is weird.
Yeah, of course. That's like networking 101 though.
I know, but it's not as common as you might think.
Yeah, especially for runners, because they think it's like a different workload. So like, we're not talking about like a real VM. Well, like a server is a server, whatever it does at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And how about like GitHub Advanced Security, for example? I know like some of them are for free. Security scanning, for example, is free for GAS, public repos. I know it's not the hanging fruits anymore, but like, is there anything that customers could just leverage? You got like secret scanning, for example, or code scanning as well. So that's what I know so far, like what I've been noticing. Yeah, that they got Dependabot too. Yeah.
Yeah, secret scanner. I mean, GitHub has tons of really good built-in security tools. They acquired, I think, SEML as a static analysis tool that is built in now.
Wow.
I mean, if anybody's giving you anything for free that says security, use it.
Yeah.
I mean, GitHub hasn't acquired or built anything bad from a security perspective.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that's free gets you a long way. It may not scale like a Palo Alto does for you, but I mean, it's all really solid. And I think it still qualifies as low-hanging fruit because it's just there.
Like you don't even have to pay for it.
Accessible. No.
Just flip the feature.
Right?
Like, yeah.
Those are my favorite things. It's free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, even then, if you're not using GitHub's, you use OpenSSF Scorecard.
Okay.
That's a free tool that just checks all the dumb stuff we're talking about. It looks for branch protection settings. It looks to see if your maintainers come from different places, so you can't have a monopolization takeover on a repository. It looks for like lots of really interesting best practices that maybe don't feel like low-hanging fruit. So it's quite educational. It actually also looks for, like, for example, the reverse shell and some of the curls that I put into workflows. It flags those and says, like, why is somebody curling in a workflow? This is weird.
Interesting.
So it's pretty effective.
Is that an action, or is it's like a CLI?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, it's a CLI you can get, and you just need to have an API key and say what repository, what organization, and then it'll go and give you a health check. It's great.
Interesting. You know, like we talk about all those tools, open source tools, and we forgot about Chekhov, I guess.
You got it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of those rules, I think I wrote them.
Yeah.
So definitely go get Chekhov. It works the same as OpenSSF. You just need an API token, put it in an environment variable on your MacBook or your laptop, and specify either, I think it's GitLab or GitHub Action. I think we even tried to support Bitbucket at one point, and then we realized.
Well, like when I've seen like the number of frameworks that Chekhov was covering just while I was preparing my presentation, it's just sick. That's why you realize you end up with 3,700 policies, built-in policies.
Yep, definitely. Open source is the way.
Yeah.
And thanks for bringing up Chekhov, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It's fine. It's not even a shameless plug because it's really a good tool.